Okay, today I'm going to do a little walkthrough with you through the entire Plotline Pro process. If you don't know, Plotline is a service for video editors, specifically wedding video editors, that allows us to upload audio and have our custom story AI curate and distill the best story-driven moments so you can bring it back into your editor and start getting creative with your edit. So I'm going to walk through the whole process just so you have an idea of what it looks like. So you'll see here I am in Final Cut. That's my editor of choice, but we support all three major editing softwares, Final Cut, DaVinci, and Premiere. So to start, I'm going to just export an MP3, which I've already actually done, from this project. You'll see I've already synced up everything in multicams and put them in a sequence. This is the entire ceremony and all of the speeches from the wedding day that I plan to use for my story. Then from there, we can go into Plotline. This is the dashboard of Plotline. You can create a project. So let's say Hallie and Nathaniel. That is our project. And here you can see we can upload an audio file and an XML file. We'll start with this audio file. And here we will upload our audio file. And automatically, Plotline, once you've set your frame rate and how many speakers, this project had, I think it was 10, but I'm just going to estimate 10. And we're going to upload. While that uploads, Plotline is going to automatically transcribe the entire file. Okay, now the transcription is done. So we can head over here to the transcribe editor page, and you will see our entire transcript. This has all of the speakers labeled by default just with letters. If you hit this little icon here, wait a minute, or not even a minute, like a few seconds, it will identify all of the speakers with proper names and roles. And then you can have a very clear transcript to be able to read and reference from all of the audio from the day. Then from there, once the speaker identification is done, there are a lot of speakers, so it might take a second, we will be able to go over to our story script page, which is where we will generate the story. So there you go. You have all of the speakers. We got the wedding singer, which I do remember, father of the bride, of course, fishing through bridegroom, all that. Okay, so now we'll go over to the story script page. Since we haven't created a story script yet, we'll click here. And this is where the taste of the filmmaker really comes into play. We have areas that we can really customize how the story is being put together. So you can, of course, choose how long or short you'd like your film, the density of dialogue, and then here is where I'd like to focus the story focus area. So by default, personal vows and journey is selected. This is just what it sounds like. It'll cater the film to be very focused in on the couple's story and their journey together. And then there are available options like family speeches, best friend stories, ceremony moments, reception, celebration, all of that stuff. Then you can choose how much you'd like the AI to focus in on your selections. I'm going to put strong, a heavy emphasis on this one. And then here is the custom focus area. Here you can type in something that just to give the AI a bit more context to the story. If you have it that it might not be in the transcript itself. For this one, an area I'd like to focus on. I remember the couple touched on this a time or two in a few speeches about how the couple met in London. So I'm going to put how the bride and groom met and fell in love in London. So we'll leave that there. Here we can, exclude. By default, we want to exclude all these kind of boring things. You can uncheck it if you wish. And then speakers. Here we can select or deselect speakers that we'd like the AI to consider including. If you know for sure, like for this one, you know what, I'm not going to have any of the officiant and none from the best man in this. And yeah, that will remove them from being in any way, shape, or form part of the story that the AI puts together. So we can deselect speakers, and then here we go. We are going to generate story script. Now this is where in the background the magic is happening. We are detecting the most high emotional moments, the narrative structure, identifying key story moments, analyzing relationship journey, creating emotional flow, aligning time codes with source media, and finalizing story script. So this whole So this entire process is something that at its core is revolves around our philosophy on storytelling. We've been creating wedding films for nearly 20 years, and our favorite part of this is storytelling, and we've learned a lot along the way. And we actually made a masterclass a few years back all about storytelling and wedding films, and we've baked everything we learned and put together for that masterclass into this AI. So this AI isn't just a generic, ChatGPT. This is a custom tailored AI that has all of our wedding experience and knowledge baked into it. So it's really like working with an assistant editor that has a deep understanding of what you'd want to include in a wedding film edit. Okay, so it finished. You can see here we have our story script. So it starts with a strong hook. You'll see it's labeled here, and it's a high emotion hook. The bride talking about the love she's dreamt of her whole life, and even mentioning this English accent line, which is going to hopefully tie in nicely with our focus on London. Maid of honor, bride, bride, mother of the groom, bride, mother of the groom, bride, mother of the groom, father of the groom, father of the groom, bride, groom, 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 groom. Okay, so those are the strongest story moments that our AI picked up. Now, these are in a suggested order, but we encourage the filmmaker to put their perspective and taste into the order of this. This is just kind of giving you what the story AI believes is the strongest starting point, so you can take it from there and mix and cut as you'd like. And so we have about 33 segments here. So I'm happy with this, but if you're not, you could go back into the story generator, create some other story script options with different parameters to try and fine tune what you really want. But when you're happy, you can go to the export tab. Now, by default, everyone gets the access to just the time codes. So here you can just one-click copy it and bring it into your editor, paste in the time code, and you'll be taking your playhead will be taken right to that moment. But for a little speed, you can do these other XML export options. XML by nature is a bit tricky, as we all know, for every editing software. But so this is currently in beta, but we have worked out a lot of the kinks and are working out a few more every day. And we feel like this is the best way to experience Plotline. So you can select your editor of choice. So for us, it's Final Cut. And since earlier in the project, at the time of uploading audio, we need to upload an XML. It doesn't matter exactly when you do this, but so let's just do it right now. I've created an XML from my Final Cut project, saved it here. I'm going to upload it. So that way, when we go to the export tab, back over here, we're going to export with Final Cut. This is going to download an XML to our machine. Let's open that up. There you go. I'm just going to simply drag this onto Final Cut. It's going to ask me what project I'm working on. This one's called this. And then what that's done is brought in a new project with all of the clips in order from the original timeline. So all the story script segments that our AI chose are laid out here ready to go, just with the camera angles defaulted. Okay, so yeah, I've gone ahead and just switched all my audio back to the channel, or the angle, as Final Cut likes to say, that I want to be playing for every clip. And let's just do a quick listen to see if it got it right.
My whole life, I've dreamt of a love full of depth, beauty, and devotion. A love that would...
So that is the opening line. Let's double check that in Plotline. That is what the first one is said. And there you go. So Plotline just automatically creates a new timeline with all of the strong story clip moments, or story script moments, pardon me, in one new timeline. So you can just get to editing right away. You don't have to sift for hours through all of your footage, being like, oh, what was that one thing that someone said that one time during the 2-hour audio file that I uploaded? And yeah.